Hi.
Hi.
Apparently, we're going to start the episode by looking at Crazy's butt. Anyways, we have been working trying to get things back. So you guys are up to speed. We not only had the explosion, you've seen the results of Crazy learned a great lesson in Gregtech, which is if you have one explosion, start putting blocks down to cover the machines you have left. She ended up blowing us completely back to the Stone Age. Our EBF was completely gone. I think we had, what, 3 blocks left?
I think.
This thing is still here. This is what we had, other than these 2 centrifuges right here and the tank that was here. That was it. The extractor, the 2 centrifuges, and 3 tanks.
There too. Yeah.
Yeah, I said extractor, 2 centrifuges, and 3 tanks. That's all we had left. Everything that was on this end was blown up. Somehow, I'm not sure how we managed it. We had 4 of these bronze plated bricks in the box over here. So we could just throw them back in and we had that back up and going immediately. We lost a lot of bauxite because that's what the one drawer was that we lost. And she went through the spare parts that we got dug up and made all of these basic machines again. And then she had to make some other parts for some of them. We went ahead and made this up here for our rubber. To make a second assembler, she needed rubber plates for a conveyor. And we just happened to have enough rubber bars over there. That's why we made a basic extractor so we could solidify it into sheets. And then we went ahead and made the chemical reactor and the assembler. And now we got our rubber in there. So we can make our cables again. We had to get all of that done before we could start over here because we didn't have any cables way of making the anneal copper cables and the electrum cables to set this stuff up. Now, as of right now, she can make aluminum again, but we have to use our one and only MV battery that she wants to make to do so. And this battery is going to be like a multi-purpose battery. It's going to move from here to anywhere else that it's needed at the moment. Hopefully it's not going to have to move because hopefully we can use it to get this. We can use this thing we set up to do it. Did you make any of those pipes yet?
You asked for pipes?
Yeah, we need a fluid pipe to go here, and we need 2 fluid pipes to go here.
What kind of fluid pipe?
I do not believe it matters. We need,
I
let's
have
see.
6 large bronze. That's a little big for that, but
That is a little large for that. The sulfuric naphtha is 295, so anything below that'll work for it. The regular naphtha is 295, so anything less than that'll work for it. And the molten plastic is 400. So the only one that should matter is the plastic one, and I don't believe bronze will melt at 400. Yeah, this will work. It melts at 2000. So, explain to you what we got here. I think this is a much better layout than what we had before. The oil tank will come here until we get our oil train to deposit in there. That'll come in here and make our sulfuric naphtha. That'll automatically be put down into this reactor. And this is for the sulfuric naphtha. We need to go this way. With hydrogen cells, sulfuric naphtha makes the regular naphtha, and the hydrogen sulfide. The sulfuric naphtha will be coming this direction and going straight into this chemical reactor. The hydrogen sulfide will be pulled out via this pipe and conveyor module into this chemical reactor. So from this side, we're going to have the naphtha coming in. We're going to have to put compressed air cells in it, and that'll give us the molten polyethylene out and the empty cell. And that, once she gets me the 2 more pipes, will be coming out automatically and going into the assembler and the fluid solidifier. We're probably not going to hook up the fluid solidifier until we actually need the plastic sheets or whatever. Mainly we want this for the assembler so we can make batteries cheaper. Cheaper for the antimony and lead needed, not what actually fills it. And then I took the second centrifuge we had here and one of the tanks and put them over here, and we are going to do yellow limonite in here to get our hydrogen cells, and then we'll also have oxygen cells. And if you noticed,
pick them up.
I only seen the one you threw. Hush it, woman. And I am working on making, well, I don't know what she did with it.
I have it. I needed it. The furnace.
Throw it in here. It needs to be bent into, okay, throw it at me. Making the cells right now. And here's the empty cell recipe that we're going with at the moment. We need a metal bender with 10 plates and a program circuit at 12 to make them.
You have a program circuit at 12?
No. The only other way of doing it is using the extruder, which we don't have. She blew that up. And from what it looks like here, you got a total of 4,000 EU in the extruder, and you have 1,600 in the metal bender. And making the plates in the metal bender is going to be 2832, so it's going to be about the same price either way we do it. This one's just going to be multiple stepped, where the other one is just throw the damn things in and you're done. So once we get the extruder, we'll go back to doing it that way. But I thought it would be a good idea to bring you guys in, show you what we've been doing.
Much to get the extruder?
No, probably not. But we don't really have a way of powering it steadily right now. One of the very first things that she's going to be doing is making us a battery so we can put our HV battery box in, because we have an HV battery buffer.
Does that mean, do I need to foil the side of this then if you're going to put it?
Do you need to foil the side of, oh, sorry, this one you're talking about here?
Yeah.
It's going to go right where that cable is.
So yes.
So no, you don't need to foil anything.
But this transformer is here.
Yeah, but it's going, that wire will be removed and the battery buffer will go in its place. Okay. And for right now, we're going to go ahead, if I can figure out where she put it. There it is. Our EU reader. And we need an iron plate and soldering alloy. Crap, I forgot. That's the soldering alloy one. Okay, so we're not going to do it. Damn it. Our main power is going to go back to being the large boiler, but we're not going to be able to automate its running right now because we don't have that.
It takes 1 ingot of soldering alloy, correct?
Correct.
So you could put it before you start making plastic in that assembler
I could.
and get it out because it's going to take one full ingot.
I could. We only have 2 assemblers right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And one's
Well,
got rubber.
yeah, somebody had to go and fill this motherfucker as full with rubber as they possibly could, because this is going to be moving very soon into little pods like what this is. We're going to run it across this wall, I do believe, and make little pods like this, or like this, out of those as well, instead of having this hooked up to our lava, because we really want to stop having to use the lava, because eventually we're going to be able to use it to get tungsten and stuff like that out of it by centrifuging it. But I don't want to do that until we can get the heat out of it and get the material out of it. And I'll explain that more when we actually get to that point. Now, our tree farm has been running. We got 196 stacks of charcoal waiting
Plus
to be used.
15 compressed blocks.
Okay. So we need to get those compressed. Did you ever make that fermenter, or did that get blown up?
The fermenter should have been made in place of, it was in a box.
Okay. Well, we need to get that found because we have ass tons of apples.
Yeah.
And we need to get them making us some ethanol. We have a lot of saplings and a lot of apples just sitting around at the moment. Hey, quit it.
What?
Not you. You had a spider up your butt to decide it wanted to chew on me. Apparently our tree farm is out of dirt again. No, it's not out of dirt. It's out of fertilizer. You gotta get some fertilizer in here.
I'm going to have to make some, actually.
Okay. But we have down here, we have 130 stacks of dirt waiting to go in. We have 2 full drawers of apples and saplings, respectively. And over here we have an upgraded one with 86 stacks of apples and 119 stacks of oak saplings. So we're going to start squeezing the apples. We're going to use all Gregtech where we can. So we're going to use a fluid extractor for the apples. We're going to use a fermenter, which she just threw at me, for the saplings and the apples, together with mulch, which the mulch we'll be getting from the apples when we do it in the fluid extractor. And then we will be putting that into another distillery that will be making ethanol, and then we'll be putting that into a basic diesel gen that'll be making us some power that way. So we're going to try to maximize the use of our tree farm and getting the most power we can out of it. And because of the change that was done to Gregtech, we can actually power this fermenter off of our main power system. We just have to decide where we're going to do it. And I'm going to try to make these setups a little bit better by doing them ahead of time instead of doing them on camera. That way I have time to think out exactly how I want to set them up. Exactly why do you have ashes on top of the uncrafting table?
Because I clicked on the crafting table
Well,
with the ashes in my hand.
there's your ash back. So that's what we've got going on. we're going to get the plastic setup running ASAP and start making some batteries and start getting this stuff back where we had it. And we'll be back with you guys next time showing you our ethanol setup, hopefully, because I want to try to get that done today. We're not going to be using this basic fluid extractor anymore, so we can use that for the apples. And then, hmm? Did you say ow or how?
I said ow.
Okay. It
Got
just
shot by
happened
a
at the
student.
time that I thought you were saying how, like how are we going to use it? So you were confusing me for a second.
Me
Anyways,
confuse you? Never.
I hope you guys didn't miss us too awful bad while we were away dealing with getting this stuff done. I did get some new crops and did some change to my farm. Crazy wants to join me. We'll come down here and show you
It's
what we've got
nighttime.
going on. Oh, who cares? It's morning time. You can come out here and look at the beautiful sunrise. And I took a long walk and we actually managed to find quartz. Thanks to Crazy finding it the second time because something happened with my map and all of my progress that I made on the map and waypoints that I made on the map on my long walk got lost. If you look, where's that? Right there. That's about as far out as I walked, about 6,000 blocks away, and found a jungle. So we now have some jungle bees when we get to the point where we need them. And I found my one and only tin vein that is above ground and visible from the mountain. And then there is the quartz vein that we found in a ravine. So now we have the quartzite that we need to make emitters. And anyways, onto the farm. It's doubled in size. I added some more walls, added a lot more plots. We've gotten blaze reeds, so we now can get blaze powder and blaze rods. I'm working on getting my tier stocks moved over here. I bred out my sapphire to where I felt comfortable enough to move them. So we got two over here that are going to be bred off of each other to try to get more. There's still one over here, but I'm using it to crossbreed with the lead to get other things. This is Galvania, which is zinc. And then I've also been keeping, this is the only Olivia we have, so I don't want to move it. So I've been working it off of the lead here, hoping to get another one. If I don't get another one soon, I'll probably bring this sapphire over and breed it against it. These crops that are around it, I really don't care that much about. So if I have to, knock two of these out, it's not a big deal because these are just food crops, and that's Crazy's territory, not mine. So, meh, don't care. This is Faru. So we have an iron crop now, and I'm going to try to breed it off of something to get another one because I don't want to move the first ones because sometimes you don't get the seed bag back. And then this one over here, I still haven't gotten out of here. This is Boxia. And I've been trying to work with Bloody to get some inconsistencies I feel there is in crops taken care of. Like, you have to use an iron block under the Faru. You cannot use Gregtech's iron ore. And I think it should be easy enough with IC2 being a dependency of Gregtech to go in and add the Gregtech iron ore as a viable block for it. Now, we can actually go to the Twilight and get an iron ore. But for anybody that doesn't have Twilight Forest, it'd be nice if they could use an ore block. Also, the Boxia needs an aluminum ore or an aluminum block, not a bauxite. And we haven't been back out to get one, so that's why that one hasn't been moved. I also feel it should be able to be a bauxite ore as well, so I asked Bloody to change that if he agrees with it. Lead works just fine with a lead ore under it. Sapphire works just fine as long as it is a blue sapphire, not the green sapphire. And I've been trying to breed up sugarcane, that way we have better sugarcane. And I've also been trying to breed up flax over here so we have better flax for string. Because eventually I would like to get blackthorn and flax automated. That way she doesn't have to come out and shear the sheep all the time to make the black carpet for the low voltage wires. We can just use an assembler and a chemical bath and just make them. We blew up our sheep. It's Crazy's fault. I blame her.
You blew up the sheep.
She came along and put a dirt block right here so a creeper could walk in while I was out here shearing them. It was actually an Enderman that I'm sure that did it. So I didn't see the creeper, and I was in there shearing sheep and didn't have my sword on my hotbar, and so I didn't have a chance to kill him before he blew up all but 2 of our sheep. So we've been trying to get them rebred now. And I think that's it, unless Crazy has anything she needs to show you guys.
No.
I don't even know where the Crazy one is right now.
I was in the cafe. We have pet doggies now.
Yes, we each have 2. We got them on our trip, which our trip yielded a lot of stuff. I found 2 desert temples, and this is most of what we got. I've been talking to Alkalis about hopefully dropping the drop rate of these. They only work for 2, but the chance of getting one is higher than the chance of getting gold out of a desert temple. And gold should be the highest thing you get in a desert temple, in my opinion. And those are even higher. So we've got a bunch of them. I've never used them. I'm going to play around with them and test them a little bit, see exactly how they work. As far as I've been told, they basically should kind of guarantee a mutation, or at least assist with the mutation chance of bees. But like I said, they only work for 2. And but I will. Most of them are going to go to NetMC. I'm going to let him do that testing because he is the better bee guy than I am. I just throw them in a hive and let them go, or an apiary and let them go. But as I said, that's it. Have a good one. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.